What are the Cavalcade of the 10th Plague? As the war for creation rages on in the Levant, faithful men and women, the recipients of some sign from the divine, take up what weapons they can and head to the Levant as trench pilgrims. Some are stigmatic nuns, the sisters of holy orders blessed by stigmata in a manner mirroring that of their venerated third metachrist. Other pilgrims, like the warprophets, gain miraculous abilities such as healing hands with which to offer alms to the faithful. Even penitent sinners may take up arms in the name of the Lord, seeking forgiveness and atonement in debt. So to war march the mad and the maimed, the gifted, the miraculous, the sinful and the God-guided. Many trench pilgrim processions follow religious sects founded by a saintly progenitor, though their warbands may harbour strange beliefs bordering on heretical and are not officially sanctioned by the Church. One such sect of pious pilgrims is the Cavalcade of the 10th Plague. These fanatical pilgrims are firm believers of the traditional interpretations of holy texts and balk at the doctrines of the metachrists, intermingled with the new teachings of the Church and its interpretations of God's will. Known for the lambs that adorn their pilgrims and shrine anchorites, the Cavalcade of the 10th Plague's warbands will sacrifice lambs before battle. The pilgrims will then use the blood of the lamb to anoint themselves, scribing holy symbols onto their bodies, clothing and armour, in the belief that it will shield them from God's wrath and protect them from harm. While the warbands of the Cavalcade do use communicants, they despise them, seeing them as simple creations. They have none of their own, but capture them from other warbands. Once taken from a trench pilgrim procession, the communicant is forced to see the sinful nature of its form and indoctrinated into believing in the traditions of the warband and rejecting the teachings of the metachrists. Due to the difficulty of acquiring and indoctrinating these stolen communicants, they are rarely seen in the warbands of the pilgrimage and are very few in number. Another unit traditionally seen in other trench pilgrim warbands, the ecclesiastic prisoners, are hated as unclean sinners by the pilgrims of this warband. Where other pilgrimages make effective use of the ecclesiastic prisoners, the Cavalcade of the 10th Plague uses them very scarcely, as these pious warriors hate sinners in all their forms. In battle, the Cavalcade of the 10th Plague's pilgrims believe they have the favour of the Lord, as their piety often manifests in blessings during battle. Whether a sure shot miraculously turns away at the last moment, they emerge unscathed from a melee that should have killed them, or their weapons pierce a nearly impenetrable suit of enemy armour. One thing is clear: the warbands of the Cavalcade of the 10th Plague may harbour strange beliefs, but they clearly have some seemingly divine favour watching over them. Believing that heaven awaits them in death and rejecting the aid and teachings of the metachrists, their dead pilgrims never return to the battlefield as martyr penitents, and once slain, they are hoped to have atoned enough for their sins to be embraced by the Lord. To compound the miraculous blessings of the warband's pilgrims and their hatred for sinners in all of its forms, the warprophets of the Cavalcade of the 10th Plague forego the healing miracles of their contemporaries in other processions. Instead of the ability to lay their hands upon an injured comrade and heal them, the warprophets of this procession channel their hatred for the sinners to bring about the day of the Lord's wrath to their enemies. Those the warprophet deems as a target of God's wrath will find themselves suffering an attack so powerful that no armour may offer protection against this smiting blow. So the Cavalcade of the 10th Plague advance across the Levant, smiting heretics across no man's land and manifesting the miraculous protection of the Lord. While they do not share in the beliefs and doctrines of the metachrists that the other trench pilgrims revere, none can argue their piety and belief in the Lord. Surely these pilgrims are a wrathful and dangerous encounter for the heretics that battle them. Any heretic witnessing the miraculous protection and blessings afforded to them by the blood of the Lamb and the wrathful powers of their war prophets should pause for thought at the realization that the wrath of the Lord has finally come for them. Would you anoint your pilgrims in the blood of the Lamb and bring the smite of God to heretics and demons alike? Let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to learn more about the forces of the faithful, click the video linked to your left to discover the lore of the Iron Sultanate. Alternatively, if you choose to turn from the light of the Lord and revel in the power of gluttony, click the video linked to your right to discover the cult of the Black Grail. Please like, subscribe and hit the notification button. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out my affiliate links below for discounts on your hobby supplies, share a video with a friend, or consider becoming the channel member and joining our exclusive Discord. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon.